going on. We're gonna talk about the death of another. I guess I guess he counts as a drill rapper. I don't know. I guess it's not drill, but the death of another a gangster rapper. I'm gonna say, um, Jada Youngin was found dead this morning. I believe him and his father was shot. From what I was
Yeah, him and
seeing
his
Yeah, I
dad was
seen
shot.
that tweet.
this morning, I don't know if his dad died as well, but
I don't think so. I didn't see that. I just seen he got shot and injured.
Yeah,
yeah, apparently he was shot in front of his home in New Orleans and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be honest here. I didn't really. I knew a couple of songs. I've heard his music. I knew who he was and stuff like that. But I wasn't really. I can't honestly say I was a fan or that I knew a lot of his work or knew a lot about him. I didn't even really know where he was really from like that. For some reason, I thought he was from Florida, but I guess he's
Me
from
too,
New
because
Orleans.
he beefs with a lot of artists from Florida. That's why he was beefing
Yeah,
with like Julio Fulio, and I don't even know if you seen
yeah,
Julio Fulio posted this earlier today. Like, you know how these dudes now they get super disrespectful. So now like some of these dudes is laughing at him because he
yeah.
died, and
Yeah.
Spot him got
that's
him.
crazy.
He was beefing with Spot him got him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. This is just I don't know what these dudes is trying to do. I seen somebody comment like earlier. There's like it was on Julio Fulio's page. He's like, bro, killing is not cool. Like it's like it's the fact that people got to say that is crazy.
Yeah,
So
I mean, with
Right.
these guys, they got to play a role. You know what I'm saying? That's their whole thing is about murder and killing each other and all that gang shit. So
yeah,
you know what I
so
mean?
I don't know the details on what happened or that. Just know he got shot and died, and it's like, damn. I don't know if you guys know the what's his name. So this was Young and Ace. There's another rapper that he be around that's a little bigger than him. Forgot his
Yeah, I know
name.
Young and Ace. Yeah,
No, it was is oh what's this dude's name? Damn, what's his dude name? JD Youngin. All right, JD Youngin hangs out a lot with Young and Ace. My bad, I
yeah.
confused him with Young and Ace because when I seen it, I thought it was Young and Ace that had happened to him.
Young and Ace. He from Florida. He from like
Yeah.
Tampa, I think, or
So JD Youngin
Jacksonville.
does a lot of records with Young and Ace. Like they cool. You know what I'm saying? So and Young and Ace has beef with Julio Fulio. So JD Youngin was beefing heavy with Julio Fulio just because Young and Ace was, and things like that. So yeah, it's just crazy, man. These beefs aren't no
So
like hip hop beefs no more. They're like real street beefs,
yeah, like yeah, yeah.
and it's just getting crazier and crazier
And so
by the
let
minute.
me ask you what you think about that. I mean, we kind of talked about it before in other episodes, and I'll ask Desiree and Clay too. But what do you think, Don, about like this? Do you think that these guys should be like should be using their actual gang activity and all that as like leverage and as actual like an angle in their music, which obviously crosses over into them actually getting into violent situations and people listening to their music, or you think
So the thing is, if they were able to, if they were smart enough, because I just put it to these dudes, like they just got no sense, bro. Like that's the only thing that I could say. If they were smart enough, they would kind of use it in like the Nipsey Hustle way. You know what I'm saying?
right?
Nipsey
Yeah.
used it, and you know what I'm saying. He used it for good because like if you really dig deep into it and go back in gang culture, a lot of these gangs weren't built to kill each other. You know what I'm saying? In a way.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It was built for protection of the community and things like that. It came up just a little bit of good and then just went like real sour. But they would use it like as like a stepping stool and kind of do good with it. These dudes is literally just using it for pure evil. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I was, yeah. So, what about you, Desiree? What do you think? You think that? How do you feel about this whole like this wave of gang? I don't know what you call it, like gang music, gang rap.
I think it's sad. He seemed very young, or well, not seemed, but he looked very young.
Yeah, I think it's like
Yeah,
20.
Um, I was looking into some of his story, like his come up story, and just a lot of his interviews today because I'm not really familiar with him either or his music, and I was listening to his music also, and I feel like younger generation
One second, Desiree.
they
I have to keep resetting your mic. I don't know why it does that after like 20 seconds.
oh,
But go ahead now. You're good now.
sorry.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Um, yes, I feel like the younger generation they're having a spiritual war right now. And
Yeah.
I think they don't understand that their actions have consequences. with seeing one of his interviews with, I believe it was Vlad, he looked spiritually torn the way he was speaking. And then if you listen to his music, he sounded very like he was one of those emotional like music artists. But his newer
One second,
stuff,
one
I don't know
second.
about his older stuff.
Go ahead. Go ahead again.
Sorry,
No, you good. You good.
it seemed like he was trying to turn his life around.
Mm,
Um, but I'm not sure what really happened recently with his father and him. But I'm not even sure if he still lived in the streets, like in his hometown.
got you.
Because a lot of people feel like you could still live,
Got
in
you.
your hometown when you kind of get to a certain peak of success. So I think it's an unfortunate situation. I wish I don't know if he's alive or like what's the situation. His sister doing the permit
Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you.
passed away. So I think it's sad, and hopefully people just kind of straighten up the younger age, just straighten up and take it as a lesson.
Got you.
Yeah, yeah, I would definitely agree. I mean, I feel like yeah, he died in his hometown, so I'm assuming he was still kind of hanging out in his hood. Um, but yeah, like it's interesting that you said they're like they kind of have like this spiritual like inner fight that they do going through because it does seem that way with some of them. But my only thing that I would say differently is like you were saying that you feel like they like I feel like they don't really care. Like you were saying, they don't know what they're doing is wrong. Hours. I feel like some of these dudes just like they don't care. Like they're just on a level
He
because
did though,
it's
bro.
just like yeah, because it's just like if
You
you like kids that grow up in like
interview where he
war
broke down.
zones like in Iraq and stuff. Huh?
Say it again.
Where
He
yeah,
had an
go ahead.
interview where he broke down crying with Vlad, like he was going through some heavy stuff mentally. So I feel like him personally, I can't say all of them, but him personally, I honestly think he was trying to change. Like once he realized what his music career could do to his life, I think he was trying to make a turnaround. But you can't have one foot into the streets and one foot into the business. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah,
gotta leave. Like people are envy is real. Jealousy is real.
that's true.
Even with people that look like us. So
Yeah, I think that's
Hmm.
a problem. Like a lot of guys, they try to do that. They try to have one foot in the street, one foot in the game, and it's not the same like how it
hmm
used to be back in the day. So I think like it's harder because these days you got to have such an internet presence. It's easier for people to know where you at and for people to know what you on, and you can't be the street guy and the rapper
yeah,
guy.
There's
But Clay, what you
oh,
think?
go ahead, go ahead.
Oh
Well,
no, go
actually,
ahead, dog. Go
yeah, yeah.
ahead, bro.
One thing I want to say off of what Desiree was saying. Sometimes the reality of it is, what I'm saying, for a lot of these young dudes and what I'm saying in the streets or like you said, one foot in the streets, one foot in the game, is that sometimes it just
yeah,
be too late. It really be like there's such
yeah,
thing as being too late. Like all these things will catch up to you, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
no matter if you try and turn your life around, what I'm saying, that it's good that you do because all of us wants to if we're on a bad path, we want to turn our life around before whatever happens next happens after
Right.
life or after you pass away or whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? Um, but like sometimes it's just too late, and that time's gonna creep up on you. So like yeah, I mean, you see it all the time. Like a lot of these do you like even with XXX Tentacion before he died. He went through this I guess spiritual awakening, and he died right after. And what I'm saying, I'm not gonna get down to any like spiritualness of it, but just seeing that happen and seeing that like happen different times and different situations, it's like you I kind of came to the conclusion like sometimes it's like too too late in a way to you change your ways and think, okay, this is good. I mean, sometimes it's not. You just don't know.
Yeah, facts,
yeah,
facts. Go
True.
ahead, Clay. You got anything? What you think about it?
Man, I mean, they definitely hit it on the nose already, especially Desiree. It's just the issue of them not leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like the problem with these gangster rappers, if they really are about that life, is that once they get a certain amount of, finances and certain amount of, you know, what would you say, like a reputation and all that, like rather than take advantage of that and get you and your peoples and your family out of that bad situation. They feel like they got to stay in it and own it when you will never own that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the streets will forever own niggas and will always come back to bite you, whether it's death or jail. You know what I'm saying? That's why the real ones who make it are the ones who step out of that situation. And yeah, while they may still talk about it, they move different, and you can see that they move different. But the ones who really still be in the streets and want to get found and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? It's happening to them, and it's sad, especially if this young dude actually was that aware of his life and wanted to change, but wasn't making that change. You know what I'm saying? He it's just an unfortunate situation, but
for sure.
we need to stay away from that shit, bro, and get the fuck up out of the hood, bro. The point of the hood was for niggas to get on their feet and get out. But the problem is our culture fell in love with being in the hood, growing up in the hood, and never leaving, and that is the problem.
Yeah, bro.
Facts.
It's true. It's facts. I mean, I feel like in certain situations too, like when because like being from like the hood too, and being from the projects, just like just like a culture, it could become like a generational thing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think some generations get so used to being in that environment and coming up in that situation that being outside of it in any kind of degree feels weird. So it's like even once you start getting money a certain way, you start moving a certain way, it takes time for you to kind of like get out of that environment that's your natural environment. You know what I mean? Like, and for some dudes, they don't even want to. Some dudes don't want to leave out the environment.
It's funny. DC Young Fly did an interview like I think it was a day or so ago. He said if he was able to stay in the hood without the violence and stuff like that, like he would want to
Yeah,
stay in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Where like he's from, and I mean that do make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it you know what I'm saying there's some dope times and stuff like that, dope people you connect with, but because of all the violence, you gotta get out. You gotta leave.
Yeah,
You gotta move on.
the camaraderie is what people fall in love with. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you can go outside and 10 niggas that you know is
Yeah, you feel
outside and you
me?
can just
Everybody outside vibing, things like
chop it up. And it's like I get it, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, that camaraderie is not it's not good in reality, man.
yeah, man. It's not 'cause, like everything comes back, and sometimes, like you said, when these guys got one foot in the street, one foot in the game, they're clearly still doing street shit, and it seems like that shit comes
And
way
that's the shit
more.
that blows mine too, is the fact that now rap culture is you got to be a rapper and a dope boy. Whereas before, niggas would always separate the two because they understand you cannot mix street shit and the rap game. You know what I'm saying? But it's then like where OGs was trying to keep that shit apart. Now that shit done fucking crash right into each other and just can't seem to go the other way.
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean it's fair to say like rap has always had like all that kind of shit in it to some degree,
No,
but
fact. To some degree, that's a fact. But
right. But
niggas
I
knew
feel
how
like
to treat.
before they would more
They
so try to teach you as to like why you shouldn't, not why you even shouldn't, but like they more so tell you stories about go and having those experiences. They wouldn't be
that
so
sound hard,
encouraging.
but it's on some like, yo, don't do
Yeah.
this shit type shit.
Nowadays it's more like encouragement and bragging about doing this shit or like still
Right,
doing it, which is a strange part to me because it's like if you could have the opportunity to make legit legal money off of this thing that's it's not like it's some like terrible thing to do.
right.
Why wouldn't you fully indulge in that or even at least be low key about the things you are doing that aren't legitimate? But then like that leads to the whole situation with Young Thug and gunning them. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
Right,
Like
right.
it's like the irony is like you're part of this culture where the part to be a part of it, you gotta not only do you gotta do this stuff, but you have to talk about doing it, or else it's like you're not doing it.
yeah. It's
Like,
crazy.
Right,
which is
right.
fucking crazy because that shit will really get you into problems, bro. Because Young Thug and Gunna, I don't know. I don't think them boys gonna get out no
Yeah,
time soon, man. I think
they
they
ain't
doing
going
some
nowhere.
hard. They're gonna end up doing some hard time.
They
Like,
definitely,
Yeah,
yeah. In my
man.
opinion, they are. In my opinion, they are.
Might end up doing some Vibes Cartel time, my nigga, but
yeah,
they not gonna get
boy.
the record from I mean, from the cell.
Because yeah, because that DA is not playing with them. And like I said, I don't know, it's interesting. I really like we were talking about before. It's interesting to see. I'm interested to see like how music, like rap music. I mean, like, is it gonna change as far as because I say Gunner and Thug get some serious sentences. I don't think anybody else is gonna want to deal with that. Like, I feel like they're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
find a way to fall
for
back or
sure.
be like, yo, yeah, because that's the prime of your career, and they're about to like get locked up for a good amount of time.
Shit,
You
crazy,
know.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
That I think this it's definitely gonna. there's definitely gonna be a change from that, especially if they do, you know what I'm saying, lock them down for, you know what I'm saying, for some time. There's gonna be some change in rap music and hip hop. So we just here to
No, I
witness
could
it.
see it. I could see it because when you see Lloyd Banks dropping an album and that shit is doing numbers, that makes me feel good. I'm not gonna lie, and that album was fire.
What?
Yeah,
I didn't even know he dropped an album. I'll definitely go check that out.
yeah,
Okay.
bro, for sure.
Facts. But yeah, so we're gonna definitely keep up with that. RIP to JD Youngin.